does high functioning mean to me? Honestly, I don't really like using the term anymore. Although I still use it, I don't really like using it. And that's because the term high functioning is very subjective. And, well, for most people who consider level 1 as high functioning and level 2 not so much, well, it's true that level 2 means the person requires more support. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're not as smart as a person who is level 1. Like, you see, when you meet people on the spectrum, like, everybody's different. And because everybody on the spectrum is different, we all exhibit strengths and weaknesses that one person may be better than the other. That's why I don't really like using the term high functioning very much, because at the end of the day, everybody's different. I don't know what level I'm in. I never really got diagnosed with a level, from my understanding. I was diagnosed on the spectrum when I was little, and I was nonverbal at the time, or like very limited in my speaking. However, I've grown up a lot. And yes, I have a job. And yes, I have my license. And I got my license once. And I've had the same job for quite a few years now. So that's why I don't like using that. And also, I can cook and I can clean, although I'm very lazy. And maybe those are the areas that I would need a little more support in. Another reason why I don't necessarily like the term high functioning, because there's two sides of me. Like, there's a side of me that's masked, but when I'm unmasked, I stim and I fidget and I act like my normal autistic self. Or sometimes I'll stim when I'm nervous too. It all depends on the situation. But I can mask when I need to, or when I feel the need to. It makes relationships really hard, because as a people pleaser, I tend to try to meet the person's needs instead of my own. And that's where I feel like the word high functioning could be greatly misunderstood, because yes, a person could speak, and yes, a person could read and hold a job and do all these different things. But at the same time, we all have struggles. Also, with level 1 and level 2, I notice I find it greatly misunderstood, because for people who are in a level 2 level, some of them could have really high IQs, and that is totally possible. But at the same time, their support needs are bigger. But, what's most important for me is when I interact with people, I want to have the freedom to be myself, but at the same time, not to be judged or treated differently. I like to be treated as an equal, and I like that in all aspects of my life, which includes work, which includes relationships, friendships, and lots of other areas. what else can I say? Yeah, and this is the reason why I don't necessarily feel like using the term high functioning is healthy. Um, I know a lot of people on the spectrum who are on a higher level than me, and oftentimes you can tell. Um, but at the same time, although I want to mask and try to meet their level, at the same time, I try to look for a gray area and see that everybody has struggles, and I could have strengths that that person may not have. So, you know, that's when the term high functioning becomes really subjective because we all think differently and we all have different things that we could bring to the table that could, I guess, be the missing piece. And that's all I have to say. Take care and have a good one.